Welcome to Two Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. Are you a goofball that loves Giants football? If so, sit back and relax as we talk about the team that both excites and frustrates us so much. And now, here are your goofball hosts, Drew and Rob.
Fellow goofballs, the Two Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. I am Drew, joined as always by...
I'm me, Rob. Watch the game.
Let's just give the warning right off the bat, guys.
Holy shit.
Oh, yes. Hold on. You can't curse before we give the warning. You can't
I'm
curse
crying.
the warning.
I'm allowed to cry.
Warning. We will be cursing like crazy. It is not a trap.
Shit.
We are going to be cursing like crazy. Yeah. So, hey, you got to wait till the warning's done before you curse. So, those of you who may have little ones with you may not enjoy swear words. This is not going to be the episode for you whatsoever in any way, shape, or form, because half the words that will be coming out of our mouths will be curse words.
Go watch the fucking Jets game.
Yes.
We lost.
It is time for... another edition of Postgame Therapy Time Clips. What the fuck, guys? What the fuck?
Shit? What the shit? What the actual shit?
I can't even believe what I saw. This game single-handedly set the NFL back fucking 50 years.
It looked like it belonged.
Let's just put some leatherhead helmets on.
Let's
put some leatherhead helmets on. Because
it looked
apparently
like they belonged with two modern helmets playing in an old school game. Like it's
what?
Like, and
the
it wasn't
forward
even
pass.
snow.
The forward pass got taken out of the playbook entirely. Like, what the?
All right, I almost understand from the Giants side, but Zach Wilson. How come Zach Wilson was throwing the ball? What the shit?
I don't understand it. I get it. You don't want to put the ball into
your third string, third string quarterbacks.
I get that. I get the 100%. Like, you don't want to put the ball in his hands, but you know what? That's who the fuck you have left. Give him the chance to throw. Absolutely.
Danny DeVito's time to shine was going to be in New Jersey. He's a Jersey boy. This is when he was supposed to come out and play against. Guess what? The other New Jersey team, and let's just throw it behind line of scrimmage because that's what wins us ball games.
You know what? During the game, I saw
it's a trap, just like your shirt.
But here's the thing: I saw in the game itself where I understood what Dable was doing. He's like, you know what? Let's play conservative. Where they were playing not to lose, they weren't playing to win. I don't agree with it, but it's a legitimate NFL strategy in some cases. But what it boils down to is when it's in the fucking overtime, why are you still not letting the man throw it down the fucking field?
You saw it.
You can't win that way. You cannot win.
I want to say it was the second or third possession in overtime. Like there was downfield openness where you could have thrown that ball. And you're talking about now kicking yourself instead of letting the Jets kick.
I have never before in my days seen a team play for the fucking tie. And that's what we were doing in the overtime. We played for the fucking tie. That is bullshit. That is not the Giant way. That is not a way a winning team plays the game.
Well, how many wins do we have, Drew?
2. Guess what? We still have 2 because we gave this fucking game to the Jets. Point blank, gave this game to the Jets.
I'm trying to be passive aggressive a little bit here, trying to be like a little bit like a lady here, a little passive aggressive, Drew.
There's no passive aggressive here. It's just flat out aggressive here now. I'm fucking pissed, absolutely pissed because you know what? If you don't trust DeVito to throw the goddamn ball, then you should have gotten yourself a backup quarterback to put in this game besides him. Because if you don't trust him to play the fucking position, then don't put him on the roster. Go get Carson Wentz if that's what you have to do.
No,
Absolute
100%. 100%. Listen,
he's either a quarterback or he's not a quarterback. If he's not a quarterback,
we can
keep him on
talk
the
about
goddamn
the
practice
third
squad.
string quarterback all you want, but that should never be a conversation about the third string quarterback.
But he's not the third string. He's the backup quarterback because our first string is out. He may be at the beginning of the season the third string, but he's not in this game. He's the backup. And if you don't trust him to throw the ball, then keep him on the goddamn practice squad and get somebody else in this roster. That's bullshit.
They had the opportunity. They had plenty of chances. They get this done, but what do? They stuck a banana in their ass.
Yeah. Whoa. A little banana in the tailpipe. A little Axel Foley here. But it's just like it's utter bullshit. Like I get the strategy. That is a strategy that some people will tell you was probably an okay strategy in this game here. And I get it in the third quarter, fourth quarter. No, but here's what I'm saying. I get it in the third and fourth quarter. I don't agree with the strategy, but I understand the strategy. The strategy was the Jets offense sucks. Our defense is playing amazing. Let's just stop, any chance of us losing this game and make the Jets win the game. Well, guess what? The Jets fucking won the game. The Jets did what they had to do. So that strategy was a shit strategy. It didn't work. But I understand it is a legitimate strategy in the NFL. My biggest fucking gripe is the overtime.
Yes.
You didn't give us a chance to win the game. Point blank. You did not give us a chance to win the game. And that's on Dable. That's on Kafka. And it's utterly fucking ridiculous. You cannot win if you don't play the game to win in overtime. You don't play for a tie.
No, I mean, you had Gano miss. You had there's other things, but there's no reason why the Giants should have lost in overtime.
There's no fucking reason whatsoever. Absolutely no goddamn reason.
At the end of it, I can make quarrels about what you said, this overtime, but there's no reason.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And you know what?
Have lost that game.
Let's get into Gano as well, because I'm already seeing the comments as far as people asking about Gano as well and missed field goals and all. You know what? Gano, I have all the goddamn respect for in the world. The guy is a legitimate kicker in this league, has been for many years. He is playing through an injury. They've already said he's going to have off-season surgery. And you know what? If you can't make the fucking kick, I don't blame him. I blame the coaching staff. The coaching staff needs to sit there and say, he cannot play through this injury. He needs to go ahead and be put on the IR, have your surgery. We'll see you next year. Sign somebody else in the meantime. Because when you're missing game, you're literally missing games because of him. We're losing games because of him. And again, I hate to say it because of him. It is the coaching staff's job to recognize he cannot play with this injury and to go ahead and say, you know what?
I mean, we would have to go to overtime if
we need somebody else. Dude, we would have had it. Yeah, you're right, because there's two different field goals that he missed. And this is not the first miss he's had. So again, I'm not anti-Gano. This is on the coaching staff for not sitting there and saying, we appreciate you trying to play through this injury, but it's not in the best interest of this team.
He's one of the best Giants in the past 5 years.
That's not saying much. The water boy is the second best.
Touche. But I'm saying, when your kicker's that athletic of a player, and let me say it again, when your kicker is that guy that's going to go out there and win you ball games, and you can't rely on the kicker. That says a lot on 100%, like you said, but it's the staff, the coaching staff has to come in and say, hey, we get it. You're great at what you do, but you're not great right now because you're injured. Please sit down, recover.
Yep.
Have a great year. Have
the surgery. And you know what? I'm going to say it this time, and I hate to do an overreaction to this game, and hopefully I don't regret saying this publicly. But you know what? sit his ass out for the year. It's time to start the goddamn fire sale. We're 2-6. We're not getting the postseason. We're not going to do shit this year. Daniel Jones is going to be out for a little while longer. Tyrod Taylor, let's be honest, if he went to the hospital, he's probably not going to be playing next week. So, yeah. This is absolute bullshit. Absolute bullshit. And again, this is on the coaching staff because the two main reasons we lost this game were missed kicks and being afraid to throw the fucking ball. And again, if he's that hurt, you should have sat his ass down. And if you can't throw the ball with your backup quarterback, I know he's third string on the depth, but he's a backup quarterback in this game. If you can't throw the ball with him, then you don't put him on the roster. You do not play him. You go out and get another quarterback that can throw the ball, and you put him in the goddamn game when you had to.
Yeah, 100% said it right. Like, listen, yet going into this week that he is not the third string. He is the backup.
Yes.
We all knew that. We all knew that a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. Danny Dimes' neck has been a little sauced up, if you will. There's no reason, if you didn't trust this man to throw the ball, to have him on your roster. They had plenty.
No,
let's you see this teeth. Plenty of time to pick up someone else.
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous at this point. How many goddamn times are we going to allow this stuff to happen? Someone needs to light a fire under this coaching staff and say, you guys are fucking up. You guys are point blank fucking up, because that's what's happening at this point here. We lost this game because of coaching. The Jets wanted us point blank to win this game. They gave us all the penalty yards in the world. They gave us all the second chances with dumb penalties and very key times at that point. It's utterly ridiculous. It really is.
We made Wilson.
I mean,
like, that's hard to do.
No, I won't say that. No, hold on. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that because I have all the respect in the world for the job the defense did today. The defense kicked ass, and it's the only goddamn reason we had a chance to be in this game was that defense. Absolutely.
No,
to me,
I'll take
it's not that at all. The defense can only do so much for so long.
I'll take that comment back. That's me.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, let's look at the day that they had overall on this defense.
Working through my emotions here, Drew. But the Giants.
It's okay. I'm just going to correct you when you say something like that because I have respect for this team. Here, let's look at what this defense. The defense did. So Zach Wilson, 17 of 36, 240 yards and the one touchdown. Okay, rating of 78.5. That's not good. Breece Hall, we talked about him going into that they don't let him run the ball a lot for some reason, but the guy's been averaging 6.5 yards per carry, which is a goddamn good average. Breece Hall in the day, 12 carries, 17 yards, 1.4 yard average.
I know he's on my fantasy
pretty
team.
Damn good. Now, if you look at receiving wise, Garrett Wilson killed us towards the end. He's an elite receiver. I'm okay with that to a certain degree. He's an elite receiver. I know people don't want to say because he's a Jet. If you look at that, beyond him, Breece Hall had 76 yards, but 50 of that was on that one catch and run. But, it's just like, otherwise, 45 yards to Lazard? They did not do much of anything, really, guys. I mean, this is like, the Giants stopped Conklin didn't get a single catch in this game. I mean, I can't ask the defense to do much more, especially I know we want to rant and rave and be pissed off about this game, and we're 100% in the right to do so. Can we give it up for my boy Kayvon Thibodeau?
Tibbs
Thibodeau.
Tibbs has been getting it done.
Because you know what? As pissed off as we are,
ooh, excuse me.
and again, deservingly to be pissed off, Kayvon Thibodeau almost single-handedly in some plays, won this game for us. Kayvon went off, and Dexter Lawrence, we've called him out before, where he's got to come up in the big plays. He came up big in this game as well.
The past 2 games, they both step up their games. Like
100%. Bobby Okereke stepped up big time.
We've called all of them out in the past month. Like they've looked like a different defense.
Yep. And
coming into like they look like they belong in the top tier defenses. I mean, granted, like stopping the Jets at 13.
Yep.
Isn't.
And listen, the Jets
mind blowing.
We can say what we want about the Jets not being the best offense because that's 100% true. But the Jets been averaging about 19 points a game. They got 13. Brees Hall.
You're holding an offense to 2/3 of what they normally put up. Like that's pretty darn good. And like you keep doing that with all the teams we played in the past month. Like we've held them to less than their standards. And there's been some better offenses that we played this past month, and we've held them to less than their standards. Like, I'm not saying that, hold them to their standards is a good thing, but like, I'm saying like,
no, but they were below their standards. They were below average for what they've been doing. Yeah. So again, I'm good with that. I'm 100% good with the defense. I have no issue whatsoever with the defense, except Adoree Jackson on that pass interference play, because that was a freaking stupid rookie move. That was a dumbass play. That's something I expect Deonte Banks to potentially do, not Adoree Jackson, who's been in the league for years, because you know what? That set up the win. The second that play happened, that game was over. Absolutely over. And I knew it immediately. And I knew it before they even threw the flag. I'm like, turn the fuck around. Turn around.
Oh, wait. Oh,
and no, we're not going to sing the song. I know we're not going to sing the song.
No, I went juice to the link. Fuck. Game's over.
Yeah. It's done. It's done at that point. It was done. That was a dumbass play. That is not something. And first off, he wasn't even covering somebody good. That's what the crazy part is, too. He's covering up some scrub they called up on the practice squad because Randall Cobb wasn't in the game.
Yeah, I mean, Adoree's been so good for so long that to Lily.
You say so long because we're going to get to that in a second.
To lessen yourself for a scrub. I don't mean disrespect in saying scrub, but like you have been a professional in this league for how many years, Drew?
Yep. Oh, I hear you.
And you said, yeah, I guess he's going to play better than me.
I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. That may have been the final play of Adoree Jackson's career as a New York Giant. Because if I am Joe Shane, my whole thing at this point, I'm going, you know what? Who's going to be here next year? And who's not going to be? And if you're not going to be here next year, and I can trade you and get some picks and free up some money, because we're going to need some additional players. We have no money in this roster. I'm doing it. And Adoree Jackson, listen, I got a lot of respect for the way he's played for us, but I don't think he's in the long-term plans. I think it's pretty obvious that he's not in the long-term plans because
it seemed like
look what they did. They locked up DJ. They wanted to lock up Saquon. They didn't, but at least got the 1 year done. They locked up, Andrew Thomas. They've made these moves with Dexter Lawrence. They locked up all these players. Where was the lockup player, lockup contract for Adoree Jackson? Didn't happen.
Oh, it didn't happen.
But you didn't hear much rumors. It wasn't like, how many times you hear talks about them, with DJ and Saquon and even Dexter Lawrence and stuff like that. You didn't hear anything at all. I heard like right before the end of the year, I'm sorry, so start of the year, they talked about, they talked about with numbers with Adoree Jackson. I don't think they want to keep him. I really don't. And if that's the
I
case,
mean,
and he doesn't,
we talked about this previously. Like,
yeah,
there's no numbers that have actually come out where they've talked about. Like,
yeah,
you don't want to keep a guy when you're not talking numbers with the guy.
and that's what I'm saying. So he got to go.
Yeah, it's not easy.
And the other guy is, and I like him, and again, I got respect for the guy, Leonard Williams. I think it's pretty obvious that we're not going to sign him to another contract. We would have gotten his cap number down this year by doing so.
Yeah,
so,
I mean,
Leonard Williams, same thing. If somebody's willing to take something for him, he's going to be gone. Paris Campbell's another guy that I think he's on a 1-year contract. There's probably some team out there that needs another wide receiver. He's so far down the depth chart, he's not seeing the field except for on returns. It's time to let Paris Campbell walk as well. And if you can get some picks for those guys, go for it. But the biggest thing is it frees up cap space, which we desperately need now, because if Tyrod Taylor is going to be out long term, you want to see more of this shit? You want to see more of this fucking offense we saw in the second half?
No.
I don't want to see it again.
I'll go back to bed.
Like, we might as well be kneeling the ball on third down here like we did last year against the Bears. That's what it feels like.
Oh, jeez. I mean, I guess it could be worse. I guess it could be the Arizona and the Baltimore game going on right now.
This is like it's like Jake Fromm all over again. Jake Fromm's a Giant again, apparently. That's what it feels like. That's what it fucking feels like.
Jake OJ. What was that? The
Jake from State Farm.
So the Brady Bunch. Jake OJ.
So here's what I'm looking at. Here's the players. Here's the players that are still available at quarterback right now. Because again, we don't know where we're getting DJ back. We don't. He might even be gone for the whole season. They haven't said no to that yet. We don't know when we're getting Tyrod Taylor back. He went to the hospital. So here's what I'm looking at. Here's the QBs that are available. Carson Wentz is number 1 on the list.
Carson Wentz. You love your Wentz.
Oh, listen, I don't love Carson Wentz. I think he is the best option available on the free agent market right now, a quarterback. This is the only guy who could step in, start right off the bat, and can throw the ball. Then you got, let's see who else is available. Matt Ryan, who actually called the game. He's not coming out of retirement for this fucking team. No way in hell.
No, especially
who else you got? Colt McCoy. Colt McCoy's not coming into this situation. Why would you want to come into this? Joe Flacco. He'd probably rather retire than play for the Giants right now, the way they're playing. Nick Foles, maybe he wants to continue playing. But I'm telling you right now, the one guy who wants to continue playing is Carson Wentz. It's Carson Wentz. I'm telling you. That's it. And again, it's if we're dealing with a long-term injury situation with Tyrod, and we'll have to see, what's going on with that as things progress. But you free up some money by trading some of these players. You get some draft picks. You go ahead and get Carson Wentz. But that's the only option, because what you need is a guy who wants to continue his career and is willing to do whatever it takes for a chance to continue his career and show what he can do. Carson Wentz is still 30 years old, so he's still in his quote-unquote prime. He's still in a position where he wants to continue playing. Nobody's shown any interest in him whatsoever. Like I said, if I'm them, I'm putting him in. I'm putting in a call, and I'm already seeing the comments saying, "Fuck Wentz, he's injury prone." I'm sorry. If anything, that makes Joe Shane want to sign him even more. That's all we sign is injury prone players.
That's fine. It's fun. It's fair to say, but where's our starting quarterback? Oh, he's injured, right? Oh, where's our second string quarterback? Oh, he's injured. So let's have a real talk about what talent is out there that you're going to pick up to revive the season?
Yeah. Tom Brady's coming out of retirement for the Giants.
Are we going to get Peyton Manning to come out of retirement? No.
Well, Peyton Manning, honestly, probably couldn't even come out of retirement. It's like he's got to be close to 50 now.
Well,
got a better chance getting Eli.
And he's also got the fused neck.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, there's I hear what people are saying, like, oh, he's injury prone, but like, let's talk real talk.
Yeah.
Who's out
there? We need a quarterback.
Who's out there that could actually play the ball?
Yeah, it's not like there's all these options, guys. There's not all these options. Like I don't see where people think there are all these options. Like who else are you gonna get?
Let's go to some. Like 2 months ago, like everyone talked about how DeVito should be up on our roster chart.
That worked out.
Yeah, that worked out great for us today.
It worked out great. Yeah. Listen, here's my whole thing. Dable should have let him throw the ball down the field. You will never fucking hear me say otherwise. Let him throw the goddamn ball. But the fact that he would not let
their own quarterback throw down the field.
But I'm saying the fact that they would not let him throw the ball down the field, even in overtime, tells you all you need to know about what kind of confidence the Giants have in DeVito. Do you think the Giants didn't want to throw the ball down the field? They had that little confidence in DeVito to throw the ball down the field, which again is a second to my statement that they should have signed somebody else to be the backup if that's the case. And it still doesn't excuse the fact that no matter how little confidence you have to let him do it because you have no other choice. That's the bed you made. You lie in it. Point blank. So, all right, let's get to some of the comments here.
Sorry, for everyone that's watching us live, Tucker just missed a field goal. Arizona and Baltimore are tied 7-7 going into the halftime. Tucker to the right.
Even Justin Tucker. I mean, yeah, it's crazy.
Just a heads up. I was sitting there like watching the game. I apologize. All right, let's go.
Let's get to the comments here. So Deb started us off. We had it for most of the countdown for Let the Swearing Begin because fucking yeah, the swearing was beginning today.
Oh shit, Dan.
Dennis goes, do we have a QB controversy now? No, if anything, it should shut the people up. I kept saying DeVito. Sorry, DeVito's not that good.
DeVito's coming in.
DeVito's not that good, guys. There's a reason he was undrafted free agent coming out of college here. He also says, I didn't think the TT peeps or DJ Panty Boys are going to be happy, but the Barkley people are going to say, I told you so. Deb gives us a good fuck as she goes ahead and joins with us.
Like another 3 Ks there.
I like the capitalization though. I like the capitalization of the words. That just shows the frustration here. Connor says, embarrassed, missed field goals, QB injuries. Shake my fucking head. I almost said smack. I almost did it again.
I'll give you a smack to your head there because
exactly. It deserves it. It deserves it.
Yeah.
Connor says, I had hopes in Danny DeVito. Oops, Tommy. Connor says, I'm just mad because Snoopy is going to be so scared now being with the Jets. And then Deb says, what the fuck is up with Gano? And that's what we just talked about. Again, he's got an injury. They've already said he's going to have off-season surgery. At this point, let him have the goddamn surgery. Let him have the surgery.
Listen, he's Mr. Like, he is, like, we know who Gano is. Like, why put him through this? Why put him through, like, terrible stats, one, but, like, why put him through the treatment of not getting healthy and just furthering along his injury? Well, we could just pay someone to do his 50% of his job. Like, I hate to sound like a jerk like that, but like,
yeah,
listen, we know Gano's one of the best kickers in the league
when he's healthy, and he's not healthy.
Yeah,
it's time.
But if
let him have his surgery, let him heal up. He'll be better off next year for it, as opposed to him healing still in the off season. So
that's what I'm saying. Like, if you sit there and you let this guy, like, you're getting someone that's 80% what he's doing right now.
Not even 80.
It's a win. or even 50% with Zoo now. Like you're still winning because
it's
you're
not asking
paying
that
him.
much. It's not asking that much for a guy to be able to kick a 40-euro field goal.
Yeah,
it's not. So, by the way, I just saw an interesting stat. Jordan Rondon just tweeted out saying the Giants finished with -9 yards passing. That's when you include the sacks, obviously. The last time a team was so impotent passing was the 1977 Eagles with -13 yards per ESPN stats. This was the worst passing offense since 1977, guys. God fucking
our
damn it.
stats.
All right. Dennis says maybe we should have gone triple option, wishbone option. We should just throw the ball. Just throw the ball. Joe says fire Dable. I'm not willing to say fire Dable.
Yeah, let's not be so dramatic.
He's making mistakes this year, but he's still this team loves him. This team's still playing hard for him. Part of the issues 100%. We have is the injury still. You got your third string quarterback. You're still missing your star left tackle. You got your star tight end out in this game too as well. I mean, there's only so much he can do. I do think the strategy he had again is a legitimate NFL strategy. But again, playing to not lose to me is playing scared. I don't want a coach playing scared, and that's not David. It's the guy he's the guy who went for it to win the game against the Titans the first week last season. This is not the Dable from last year, and his attitude adjustment tells you that he doesn't trust this team. He doesn't trust his team at all.
Yeah, it flat out shows you like there are some changes that he wanted to make on this team, and he did.
Yep.
And there's some changes that were made on this team that he didn't want to change. And he's shown it through play call.
All right. William says that winning field goal was clearly no good. Oh, it was good. It wasn't very good, but it was good. Doesn't matter. It's like horseshoes and hand grenades at that point. You just got to get close. Joe says he didn't let my man DeVito throw the ball. Yeah, like I said, that I'm pissed on. Though I still think if you're calling DeVito your man, then you're a little too overconfident on this guy. Deb says, help me. I live on the first floor, and I'm going to jump. It's raining. I'll get wet.
Deb. Seriously, if you need help, though, I'm here for you.
Yeah. He's closer to you. I think, Because I'm down here in Florida. I don't have a
I'm not saying I'm going to help you jump out the window, but Deb, if you seriously need help, like I'll help you.
All right, we got a Jet fan here. Star Scream says we were not the better team today, but as a Jet fan, the past 35 plus years, I've seen this exact same game happen to us, and we lose. Good luck the rest of the season, guys. Ooh, look, see, a classy fan. But yeah. No, I mean, when it boils down to it, the Jets did play better than us because they won the damn game. This is not the game where all of a sudden like one weird play happened and stuff like that. It was the Jets, when it mattered, did what they had to do.
There wasn't that much time where they really had to do what they had to do. Like,
and that's what it boils down to.
Let's be honest here. Like, this is a crap game.
No, yeah. Absolute crap.
Yeah.
Joe says, is the mob in Dable's head? If the mob was in Dable's head, DeVito would be starting the whole entire way. Let's be honest here, okay?
Touche.
I'm just saying, a little, yeah.
We'll go go.
Yeah. I'm saying, just DeVito definitely is going to have to point with the mob connections. Connor says, isn't it amazing? We have common sense, tough decisions to sit Gano, but they don't. So they shouldn't be in charge. So much hope for this season. Now we can't beat the fucking Jets. Yeah, I mean, again, here's my whole thing.
Jets should have been a tough team to beat this year, but not a tough team to beat right now. Like, let's be honest. Like, you're talking Aaron Rodgers with the Jets. You're talking about a different team. You're talking Wilson with the Jets. It's another team. Like, let's be real here.
But here's part of the thing I'm having trouble with when I hear like this, like, oh my God, woe is me, we lost this game. I'm pissed at how we lost this game. Do not get me wrong. That's quite fucking obvious. But if we want to sit here and say, like, blame this 100% on blame this 100% on Dable. At the same point, guys, you know what? We put a different kicker in there. There's no reason to guarantee he's going to make those kicks. Like let's say Dable lets DeVito throw the ball. Did you guys see that screen pass he attempted to Saquon Barkley with 3 people around him? There's no guarantee he doesn't throw a pick 6. There's no guarantee he even connects to anybody at that point. So I don't want to sit here and overreact either and say, like, we would have won this game. We played better than the Jets. The Jets played better than us, guys. Nobody wants to say it. I'll say it. The Jets played better than us. They did what they had to do when it counted. We had a lot of mistakes we made along the way, but the Jets play better. Connor gives a little LOL to Deb there. Genesis, yes, Dable is a bad coach. See, I'll still disagree. I'm not saying Dable's a bad coach. I'm saying Dable's
man won Rookie of the Year last year. The man has all this.
Head coach of the year, not Rookie of the Year. But he's still a young head coach. He's still learning. There is a learning curve. So let's see what happens. Let's take a look at Bill Parcells' first 2 years. Because the Giants wanted to get rid of him after 2 years. So give him a little chance. I'm still okay with him overall. I just want him to learn from these mistakes. If I see the same mistakes over and over again, that's when I'll be pissed off. But keep in mind, some of these decisions we're talking about, it's not just Dable's job. It's also Joe Shane. It's the front office overall. Because when you see a player injured and he needs off-season surgery and you leave him on your roster, that's a decision they all made together.
Yep.
So, not one person made that call. Deedon Shelton there. What's up, man? It says, Gano is the blame, period. His kicks are definitely a big part of why we lost. But again, I'm
can't blame it on.
I'm not blaming him for trying to play through injury. I'm blaming the front office and the coaching staff for allowing him to try to play through injury when he clearly can't kick the ball. Don't tell me he's not missing and doing that kind of stuff in practice. There's no doubt.
Yeah, he was Mr. Reliable last year. Like we all
was reliable for the last decade.
Yeah, and we all sang his praise like for a long time. Like he kept us in games that we should not have been in.
100%.
100%. And to say that he's losing his games unfairly, like that's it's a little unfair to say. Dude's injured.
Yep.
Like he wants to be that guy to keeping us in there, but he physically can't.
Yep, exactly. He's trying. So Joe says start DeVito the rest of the way. The season is over. I mean, yeah. I don't know if we're hoping for DeVito to be some kind of long-term answer, but that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But you might have to. You might see him start next week. So Connor says, saw someone write if Daniel Jones' neck issue is bad, then he should retire. Pay him off. Somehow get Kirk Cousins, get QB and draft. I want nothing to do with Kirk Cousins, Connor. No offense to Kirk, but he's a good quarterback, but he's not a great quarterback. We know that by now. He's the guy that gets you to the playoffs, that gets you into the playoffs.
It's like a very flex spot to be at.
Yeah, I don't want a good quarterback. I want a quarterback we can win Super Bowl.
It's a flex spot to be in. Like he'll win games. To say good.
He's good. He's not great. He's good.
Do they have a win record this year?
I'll have to look at the stats because I was watching the Jets and Giants.
I'm sure Minnesota,
but I think Minnesota
the same talks about DJ and Kirk Cousins.
I think that Minnesota, they won today again, so they're 4-4 now.
Oh, look at that!
So
look at that! Oh, would you look at that?
They're doing a whole lot better than they were. Again, if he is injured to the point where he can't play, it depends on how the contract's written and what kind of protections are in there, what they'll have to pay him. So we'll have to keep an eye on that and see what happens there. But yeah, definitely something to keep an eye on. Dennis says, make it stop, please just act. He says, just make it stop. Listen, we can't make it stop. We still have more season to go. It's getting to the point where at this point here, this season is going to come down to let the young kids play. Let's see who we got. That's what it's going to come out to. Connor says, new coach, new coordinator, new GM, new players, and we still suck. I still question how much we suck and how much of it is the injuries. I really do. And the question marks at the QB position, regardless of injuries. That's the issue. We need a QB. We need to get healthy.
Yeah.
Your dad's on. He says, howdy.
Howdy, Dad.
Howdy, how.
How?
Connor says, sell, 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 sell. And I'll tell you what to sell. You should sell all your stock and buy orange juice concentrate. Orange juice concentrate, everybody.
Don't buy orange juice concentrate.
You can't. I looked it up, actually. Joe says, defense stepped up. Jets offense that bad? Question mark. No, defense stepped up because they again, the Jets did not do what they average per game per season. Chris Johnson says, defense looks stout, proud of Wink. Yeah, the defense looked pretty good. Connor says, bullshit, sir, say it all to what happened today. Yeah, it's probably and Chris says also, and the third down conversions, shut them down. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't until the fourth quarter when the game was on the line that the Jets finally converted a third quarter. And then he says, what type of defense was that? Fire number 22, and that's what we're talking about. The Adoree Jackson stupid pass interference that basically cost us the game. And then Delonte, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, man. Let me know in the comments if you can spell it out phonetically. I want to make sure we have it right. Says, coaching cost the Giants this game. And yeah, I mean, again, if he made the right decisions, we still could have lost this game. I don't want to make it seem like it's a definite we win it. But again, I think the front office and coaching, by keeping Gano in when he's injured, by not letting us pass the damn ball. Like, yeah, this is not the 1940s, guys. You have to go ahead and pass the ball down the field. And again, I've said it multiple times, and I'm sorry if I'm beating a dead horse here, guys. But if you don't fucking trust him to throw the goddamn ball, then you should have gotten a better backup quarterback to be on your roster than DeVito. Especially with, we didn't even mention, we talked about injury history. Tyrod Taylor is one of the most injured quarterbacks in the league. You know, how many times did he lose the starting job because he got injured?
Every year.
Yes. So you think it might have been important to have a decent backup quarterback behind him?
Let's talk about being a Giant. How many times he started and lost his starting job because of injury?
Yes.
We had him 2 years. Oh, wait. We had Barkley play for him.
Yes. Remember that against the Bears last year? He got injured.
Oh. I guess I'm crazy here.
It's crazy.
I'm just taking crazy pills.
Crazy. Chris says, he looked like he was being robbed. LOL. Hands up, doing nothing. Talk about Adoree Jackson. Yeah, absolutely horrendous. John says, I'm giving up on this team for the next few years. Don't give up. Yeah. That's what we don't do. We don't give up, because the scary thing is you get this team healthy, you get a decent quarterback, and this is a good team. I'm telling you guys right now, we're not as far away as it looks, and that's the scary part. We're really not. We have some young pieces that are pretty good. We just need to get healthy and get a quarterback.
I mean, we put it together last year with not the best pieces.
Yeah.
Let's be frank.
Okay, I'll be frank. Together. My name's Frank, everybody.
Hey, Frank. But anyway, Frank, we did not have the best. We didn't have the best team last year, but we still put it together. So let's not give up on this team, because, like, Frank
I'm giving up
over here.
I'm giving up on the season.
Yeah, we're close
not the team.
To have a good season.
And there's still things I care about this season. I want to see the team progress. I want to see, the young players and how they do and how they grow. I mean, we talked about Kayvon before. Kayvon Thibodeau's got 8.5 sacks in the year, folks.
Right, he's
Remember,
on fire. Because the first 3 games he had no sacks, and everyone's like, "Oh, what are we doing with this guy? What are we doing?" Blah.
He's grown.
He actually, I want to say he put a tweet out saying that too. It's like, "Hey, we all grown together." Like, and it was very. He was very, I guess, humble. As playing something for someone playing in New York.
So weird for him, huh? But think about it, 8.5 sacks. He is halfway through the season, plus a game, obviously. That would give him, 17, 18 sacks in the season there if he keeps up this kind of pace. That would put him 4th all time in single season sack leader for the Giants. Because he'd still be behind 2 seasons that Strahan had, where he had 16.5 in 03 and obviously 01 when he had 22.5. And then behind Lawrence Taylor, so Tyrod Taylor. Lawrence Taylor, LT had, of course, in 86, his MVP season, had 20.5 sacks. So, that's a pretty goddamn good company for your second season overall.
Yeah.
Second season. So,
and there's plenty of season to go along. Right.
Exactly. At the same point, plenty of season for him not to hit this kind of record either. So, he could end up with 10 sacks. And you know what? Honestly, if he ends up with 10 sacks, I'm still happy.
I mean,
you can't
any player that has 10 sacks. Yeah, I was going to say, any player that has 10 sacks in the year, you're going to be happy with. So
exactly.
He turns around, like we said, his first, 4 games? He had, nothing. Everyone's like, what do we spend all this draft capital on this guy? Blah, 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 blah. And now he's turning around and he's got 8.5 sacks.
Shown he's proven his worth at the 5th overall pick. Definitely has.
Yeah.
And especially because you got to look at the other options. Evan Neal, who you got anyway, he wasn't that good. We got the other tackle that went to the Panthers, and he's looked bad as well. All right, Chris Johnson said everything with personnel is horrible. Yeah, basically, they've made a lot of mistakes this offseason, apparently. Joe says 4th and 1 with 30 seconds left in the game. You go for a field goal with the guy that's missing them. No way. I'd rather punt to the 5-yard line or go for it with play action pass. See, and I think here's the problem you're going to run into with that plan. I understand that strategy. I really do. And hindsight makes that strategy make sense. But in the moment, you have a very easily kickable field goal. So the question comes to be is, if the Giants recognize that Gano is not going to make it because of health issues, assuming that he's actually missing these kicks because of the health issues, because we're making assumptions there to a certain degree as well. Could just be he's going through a bad stretch. But if that's the case, do you really trust? And I know we talked pretty good about him, and he didn't have a bad game again. But do you really trust the Scottish Hammer to stop them within the 5-yard line?
No. But
he's been much better. We sing his praises the last couple weeks, which sounds so weird to do.
Especially you. I've sang his praises all last year. You have
bullshit. I'm calling bullshit on that. You're lucky I can't rewind the tape.
I was Scottish Hammer fan.
I have transcripts of every episode. I can go back in and pull the bullshit you said.
Okay.
Now
go ahead.
You didn't hate him. You did not hate on him as bad as I did. I will tell you that point blank. But you never like, oh yes, I love the Scottish Hammer. Let's sign the Scottish Hammer.
Okay.
You were never that guy.
You're right.
You were never that guy.
You
were never pro. You were just never
every time that you're like, oh, I hate our kicker. I was like, damn, dude, it's a kicker.
Punter. Never hated the kicker, even now. But what I'm just saying is, if you have the game on the line and you need somebody to punt the ball within the 5 yards, like you're saying, sorry, but yeah, not the guy. It's not his strong suit. He's been much better at it, but that's not his strong suit. Now, if you want him to kick a touchback at that point and have the team start at the 20-yard line, yeah, it's probably your guy.
Yeah, let's be real. Like, the dude boots 70 yards, not 7 yards.
Exactly. So, like I said, I just think that hindsight with that one there. Connor says, "Is this right? Tyrod 4 for 7 for 8 yards and DeVito 2 of 7 for -1." Yes, that is correct. 100% correct. Joe says, "You guys got no heart in DeVito." No, my heart's in me. It's right here. Without it, I'd be dead.
It's right next to Duck Young's butt.
And then Joe says, "You're going to eating all your words." I'm curious, Joe. If you, I hope you're still watching at this point here. I know you posted this a while ago. Here, it's like 30 minutes ago. You posted that comment. I want to hear from you, Joe. What do you think is success for DeVito? Like, what do you think is his ceiling? Because I hear a lot of guys that are pro DeVito, and this is the thing. Whenever a team is struggling in offense, you know the most popular guy in town is? The backup quarterback. Tyrod Taylor, legit backup quarterback in this league. DJ was playing like crap. That's a legitimate talk you can have. But if you want to compare a guy in DJ who's going to his 5th year, first-round pick, been in a lot of games, a guy like Tyrod Taylor, who's in his early to mid-30s here, been around the league for quite a long time. He's like older than that. He's like 34. If you want to go ahead and compare those two guys to Tyrod Taylor and Daniel Jones to a guy like DeVito, who comes from Illinois by way of Syracuse, so played for 2 small teams, and then went undrafted, and looks so bad in practice, obviously, because let's be honest, that's why this happened. Looks so bad in practice that Brian Dable didn't even want to let him throw the ball. Again, mistake. I want to be clear on that. That's a mistake. You have to let your quarterback throw the fucking ball. But that didn't happen because he looked great in practice. That didn't happen because he looked great in practice, guys. That happened because Dable has no faith in him as a quarterback whatsoever. Absolutely none. So let's call it what it is. All right. Dennis says, "I'm running out of excuses to tell my wife why I can't go to church." I can give you some, but if you're in a religious home, it might get you booted out of the house.
Yeah. Don't listen to us.
Yeah, don't listen to the heathens over here.
Well, yeah, listen to the heathens when you're at a church. Don't listen to them why you go to church.
Yes, we might not be the best for marital advice.
Yeah.
I'm a divorced man. My wife will attest to the fact that I'm probably not the best guy to listen to for marital advice.
He is also married to my cousin.
All right, Deb says, "Anyone taking the QB job is putting their life on the line." And yeah, I mean, not wrong, but again, it takes a guy who is desperate to get back in the league, like Carson Wentz, to do it. And that's where we're at. That's where we're at.
You said it, like
Joe says,
if we had the opportunity to get like Gardner Minshew, like that actually might be like an opportunity.
We're not gonna have a chance to get him now, though, because the Colts need him.
Yeah, 100%. You're 100% right there. I'm just throwing that name out there because everyone knows who Gardner Minshew is. He's got a beautiful mustache
himself.
He's got the beautiful porn stash. But he's the type of player that you are not. You know for a fact when you sign Gardner Minshew to your team, he is not your starting quarterback. He'll be the guy that'll help elevate you if you need a second string quarterback.
He's probably one of the best backups in the league right now.
Yeah, 100%. Like, right behind Carson Wentz and maybe 1 or 2 other people. But like, yeah, you're right. Like, Henny is not a bad idea either.
Yeah,
but they're like, we're not talking blow up names here. We're just talking about like
we're talking about people that are desperate to get back in the NFL and that have the potential to do something. Carson Wentz is not a leader. There's issues with him as a quarterback. We've talked about that because obviously he's played for 2 teams in the NFC East. We know him well. But guess what he has? An arm. He has an NFL arm.
So he's got 2 arms, not 1.
No, he's got just 1. He's like the Def Leppard drummer version of a quarterback.
He throws with 1 arm, but he has 2.
All I care about is the right one. But I'm just saying, he's got an NFL arm. DeVito does not. I'm sorry. I know there's some guys who like DeVito a lot because he's a Jersey boy, because he hasn't played. He's not. If you're going to tell me let's say hypothetically you were an NFL team and you had to try out a quarterback and you had Tommy DeVito and you had Carson Wentz. Do you honestly think that Carson Wentz is not going to beat out Tommy DeVito?
You're right. There's no disputing.
I know I am.
But the same token, like, we've seen what Wentz has done. We've seen Wentz.
Oh, he's not the again. He's not the long-term answer. He's not.
Listen,
he could be the answer for the rest of this season, and could very well potentially, if he plays well in the system, could be a good backup for us, or a bridge quarterback to whoever we draft or whatever this offseason. That's what I'm saying. Because Tyrod Taylor is getting up there in age. He is done at this point here, as far as with the Giants probably.
I think that Amlister I'd put another 5 years on him.
Yeah.
Jerk.
All right, we got a lot of comments. Let's get next one here. We already said the Joe one there. We said fuck Wentz, he's injury prone. Again, everybody's injury prone. The Giants sign. Connor says should have hit Alec McGough from Green Bay. He would have come in and lit it up. I'll still say Tyson Bagent. We talked about this again during the draft. I was singing this kid's praises. I'm not sitting here saying he's a long-term answer, but he didn't play horrible so far. We'll see what he plays, because he plays tonight against the Chargers. We'll see what he does. But he's played. Listen, they let him throw. That's more than the Giants let DeVito. Yeah.
Deb says it's not like it's hard to mess that game up.
Deb says, Dennis, you need to get your ass in church and pray for the Giants. Hell's yeah, Deb.
Hell's yeah.
Hallelujah. Raphael, what's up, man? He says, hello, everybody. Salute. Again, guys, check out his channel there if you haven't already there. He actually had me on a show yesterday talking pregame here. And most of what I said was right, except for that I said the Giants would win. But Joe says, DeVito is the fucking man. Go get a fucking line. What kind of line? Like a phone line? Like, I don't know.
Save you 30% on your phone line.
I think he meant life. I think we angered Joe. I'm sorry. DeVito is not
sure
the fucking man.
He's saying an O line. I'm pretty sure he's saying.
Oh, is that what he's saying? Okay.
Yeah. Offensive line.
Drew. Okay. The offensive line is what stopped DeVito from throwing the ball. Clearly. Yeah. Stop, guys. Come on. I'm sorry. This third-string quarterback.
And it also stopped DJ throwing all year. You're right.
Third-string quarterback coming out of Illinois is not going to be the fucking savior of the Giants, guys. Get real. Seriously. I'm sorry. The chances of that happening are so slim to none, it's not even funny. I'm not saying it's impossible. Nothing is impossible in the NFL. But if you want me to put money on it, no way in fucking hell. Absolutely not going to be the case there. So let's see. NYG says Dable is a coward. Absolutely a coward. Then he says it is option. I don't know what he meant by that one there. I'm sorry, man. I don't know when you were commenting on our rants here, so feel free to elaborate on what the option is. And then Connor says, hey, Raphael, salad. I'm not sure what we're talking about salads, but okay. Joe says without DeVito, you wouldn't have had 7 points. Okay, I'm sorry. Seriously, you don't think anybody would have got those 7 points? It's not like he threw a great ball or something. He ran it in open, huge lane. The line is what gave him the 7 points. Okay, seriously. He says, let him see. NYG says we didn't have any. He didn't have nothing to lose. You have to let him throw the ball. Period. Yeah, 100%. Especially in overtime. Again, I get it. We were playing safe during the game, but the second it went to overtime, we had to score to win. So, Connor says at least DeVito scored. That's going to be awesome feeling for him. Yeah, I mean, listen, kudos to him on scoring. hope he got the chance to hold on to that ball and put it in a case because it's probably the only touchdown he'll ever get in his career. But
Womp.
Womp. Listen, again, guys, I hope I said I want to make sure people understand this. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that DeVito becomes the all-pro quarterback that apparently Joe thinks he's going to be. And I hope he is the greatest quarterback in the history of the NFL and signs a long-term contract with the Giants and we win 10 Super Bowls with them. But let's be real. That's not going to happen.
Probably not.
Not going to happen. Dennis says Charlie Brown could have hit that field goal. That depends on who's holding the ball. That does depend on who's holding the ball.
Good grief.
Connor says, don't want to blame Gano, but if you're not right, you got to sit out. And they should have seen that and made the decision for him. And that's what I'm saying. Your second half is what I'm saying. The Giants should have seen that and made the decision for him. Not Gano. This is, if you are an elite athlete, and again, it sounds weird to call a kicker an elite athlete, I know. But if you're an elite athlete, you have that mentality that you're always better than everybody else.
Yeah,
that's the mentality.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. Tell me that out of 32 teams in the NFL, out of how many colleges you play, that you have the opportunity to play at, out of how many high schools you have the opportunity to play at there, that you don't have an ego being told, hey, you're damn near number one at this school. Hey, you're damn near number one in this school. Now you're playing professional football, kicking the ball. Try to tell me he doesn't have an ego. Like, he's like, all right,
you all have egos. You don't make it this far without having ego.
Let's put it down to like us, just being people. Like, all right,
I have an ego.
I don't have my glasses.
Who wouldn't have an ego looking like this? I'm just saying.
I don't have my glasses.
I feel bad for you that are listening and not watching.
Yeah. The beautiful widow's peak.
Oh yes. Oh yes. That is quite the widow's peak there. Nature's giving me a mohawk.
But I'm just saying, like, in general.
Can I tell you I tried it one time actually?
The mohawk?
I did. So the widow's peak is a little off to the side. It's not quite centered.
I was about to say, like, recently or like
no,
kids?
This is maybe like 5 years ago. I was just curious.
I was confident. I knew you with the mohawk.
The mohawk was like off centered. It wasn't like dead on center so it didn't look right at all. I did try it though. All right, Connor says, why have him QB if you won't let him throw it? Makes no fucking sense. That's what we're saying, Connor. That's what we're saying all along. Let him throw the fucking ball. And if you're not going to let him throw the ball, you shouldn't have had him on the roster because you have an injury-prone quarterback starting, and you need a quarterback to throw. And then he says, funny, Dennis. Dennis says, for tonight's movie, The Replacements.
Beautiful hair.
Oh, you leave my hair.
We'll do the mohawk one day.
For what I'm missing up top, I have at the face now. It's okay. That's how us balding men we get the beard. We get the beard to feel better about ourselves. Plus, it hides aging lines, which is always a positive.
Not wrong.
Connor says, older because I have this. Connor says, lately it seems if I bet on a quarterback to get yards, they get hurt, and it ruins my whole ticket. Literally, my whole ticket won today, and Tyrod gets injured. I lose big time again. Well, listen, don't bet on the Giants.
Yeah, that's your first mistake.
That's the.
Oh, we are a Giants podcast, aren't we?
Yeah. Let's see here. So, Joe says, "Oh, here we go. If you were watching that screenplay to Barkley, did you also see the backside DT run over to Barkley and DeVito hit him in the side shoulder pad for that reason? I don't care. He still threw it where it wasn't going to get caught into triple coverage."
It's true. I mean, guys, you could be watching the Denver Broncos game where they are winning against Kansas City right now.
You just like sidetracked like crazy. He's ADDing over here.
I am.
Deb says, even if Cousins was good, he's older, not the QB of the future long term. And Beef says Kirk Cousins is done for the year. He blew his Achilles. I saw he got injured and out of the game. Okay, so he blew his Achilles. So yeah, you know what? He's probably done. You know what that means? He's probably done
for his career,
for his Viking career at least. Connor says you're telling. You're telling me out of everyone that has played football, no one else can kick a field goal. Here's a thought. Put the Scottish hammer in there. Honestly, I hate to say it, but yeah, if that's short of a field goal, if he's hurt, and he can't do it, it's probably what it is. We're skipping the next one because somebody said something positive about the Eagles.
I'm about to say, like, if you could drive it down the middle for 70 yards, you could probably drive it down the middle for 30 yards.
It depends. It's a different motion. Deb says, "Is Mia Hamm available?" Listen, I would love that. Seriously, I would absolutely love that. Don't tell me there's not women out there that can't kick the field goal, that can't kick a field goal, and can't punt and play football in some way or shape or form capacity. So yeah, all for it. Let's do it. Let's see. JVL says, "Oops." For some reason, not letting me put this up on the screen. There we go. Defense was great. However, 4th and 1, we don't go for it with Gannon off. Remember Ali Sherman? Gutless wonder. Yeah. Again, I think a lot of that is second guessing because in having hindsight, I think 9 times out of 10, you make that field goal, no problem. And you made it where the Jets had to score a touchdown and they weren't going to. So, Connor says, really thought Tyrod was going to do great today, and then he gets injured. Shake my effing head. Yeah. Joe Tisdale, what's up, Joe? Says, this is on Dable, especially if you knew Gano was hurt. So much for going on a winning streak until the bye. Yeah. Game's over. Game's over. Season's over. Harry the Greek chimes in. What's up, Harry?
The Greek.
He says coach needs to be fired for trying a field goal. Again, this is I respectfully, because I know Harry knows football inside and out here. I'm going to disagree with him. I still think that was the right move. You go for the field goal. You're up by 6. You require the Jets to score a touchdown. Where if it wasn't for a 50-yard pass that, let's be very frank, as much as I don't want to bash the defense, like 3 guys missed the tackle on him, they didn't score a touchdown all game. I have no problem with doing that. Putting in the defense's hands to win and to stop a touchdown. C. Pote says, the Giants fans, Dable, DJ Honeymoon over. LOL, fans turn on players so quickly. Oh, yes. Welcome to New York sports. That's what we do. That's what we do. Harry says, also worked out for me, though. Jets cover the 2.5. I'd rather be lucky than good, I guess. A gambling man to the end. A gambling man to the end. Yeah, Connor says, me and Jonas Anderson Jr. like the Scottish hammer since the beginning. You just guys like the fact that he's Scottish. That's what it boils down to. Serious Wasp. Let's see. Says, why is DeVito on the roster if you don't trust him to throw? Should have had Matt Barkley as the backup instead. 100%. This is what we're getting at. If you don't trust the man to throw, then don't put him in a situation where he might have to throw. This is what pisses me off more than anything else. It's not.
Meanwhile, we had all these Giants fans at the beginning of the year like, oh, should we still have Tyrod Taylor? Because look at Danny DeVito. Put Danny DeVito, and he's got time to play. This is why
Tommy DeVito.
Yeah, Tommy DeVito. Danny DeVito. It was a great time. I'm going to still rant about that. But anyway, like, there was a lot of off-season talk about making this guy like, why isn't he starting? Why is he starting? Why is he starting? This is why he wasn't a starter. This is why he was the backup player. This is why he was a third-string backup player, guys. Like, let's be real. Like, let's not act
people
like
put
we
too
didn't
much
know what
on preseason, especially when guys are playing third-string people in preseason. He wasn't playing NFL talent. He was playing practice squad talent. That's what he was playing. So let's see. C-Pote says, might as well try to get that generational QB in the draft coming up. 100%. Playboy 79, 1 second. Yeah, that's what I got to say. I can't believe how close that was to the time going out in regulation and the Jets not spiking that ball. I thought the time was going to run out. I really did. And yes, 100%. Serious Waspin, we are 2-6 since cutting Kenny Galladay. LOL. Yes, Kenny Galladay was the key. Connor says some good times D Jones as QB, but it's a fail big time. Need to move on. 5 years wasted. Barkley injured, so fun memories fail? When will we be like other teams that consistently compete? Listen, a lot of teams don't consistently compete. Let's be very, very clear on that. There are teams that go through ups. There are teams that go through downs. There's teams that get stuck in the mid for 10 years because they're happy being stuck in the mids.
Look at the Bills.
Yeah. So we'll be fine.
They haven't been good in 30 years.
I just realized we're getting spammed by a Jet fan here. That's fine.
Yes.
Spam us, Jet fan, all you want. The more comments you put, the more it gets pushed out by YouTube. Last Apartheid said, "We suck ass."
Oh, jeez.
Oh my gosh, what is going on here? I thought it was Jaws at first. Oh my god. We're gonna skip over the obviously political nature of things here otherwise. But it says,
my god.
Yes, we suck ass. 1 week is defense, another week one week is defense, another offense, 1 week Daniel Jones, another special team. Today is Dable. The Giants team is garbage. And he does say Carson Wentz can sling it. Yes, Carson Wentz can. Connor says, told you, Kirk Cousins, you should have gotten traded. Yeah, and then here we go. Now we got all these Jet fans. Jets. Okay, yes. You know what's funny about this, though? Is there's a Jet fan talking trash. Like, when's the last time you guys won a Super Bowl?
When's the last time you actually talked trash?
Yeah. I mean, seriously. It's funny.
Let's add up the past 5 years. How many wins did you guys actually have?
Yeah. It's listen, you can't ever listen to a gloating Jet fan because it's just absolutely ridiculous. You guys have won shit since 1969. 69. You guys probably have never even seen a Super Bowl win in your lifetime. A Super Bowl appearance even. Stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
You had Joe David sell his soul to the devil.
Yeah. While he's also selling stockings on TV. He did. He had a commercial. He was literally putting stockings on, trying to sell stockings on TV. That man will peddle anything. Just ask the people at AmeriLife and all those like Social Security benefits stuff he does. He's still peddling everything he can. So yeah, guys, season over. Womp. But again, here's what we have to look forward to. We have forward to
next year.
But here's the, we do have things. It's development of young talent. That's what it all is. Jetpack 615 says, keep crying. I thrive from your tears. Enjoy the basement. What are you guys keeping it warm for us all this fucking year? Shut up. Seriously, you're a Jet fan,
dude.
It's nothing.
Yeah,
nothing.
You could troll. You could try to troll because you won one game, but like,
yeah, seriously,
literally. On your hand, let's count how many years you had a positive record.
Seriously, I get it that Jet fans need to feel like they're big now because they won a regular season game. Because you haven't won anything of actual importance in so long, you forget what it like to win an actual game. An actual game. Shut up, Jetpack. Or just keep on going because again, you're helping us with the comments. Go for it.
I get drunk off your tears.
Alrighty, guys. So, but yeah, like I said, that's we have the rest of the season now at this point. It's to go ahead and see what we got in these young players. Because again, we still have some pretty good young talent in this team. We talked about Kayvon, Jalen Hyatt, who couldn't even get an appearance this game, basically because we couldn't throw the ball. We have Deontay Banks. Let's see his growth and stuff like that. So there's still plenty to go. So we'll be back again, obviously, tomorrow night to give you guys an update on the NFL world here today overall. Oh my God. I gotta laugh at this. I gotta put it up now because he just did something stupid. ZW and then puts goats up, okay? Say that.
I was about to say, I thought you were laughing at. Oh, jeez.
Oh, there goes dog makes an appearance, and then he goes, and y'all lost to Zach Wilson. Laugh my ass off. You just said he's the goat, and then that. Seriously, shut up. Anyway, so we'll be back again tomorrow night for you guys. We're back on 8 o'clock Eastern time. As always, we are live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, Twitch, and of course, Rob's favorite.
Drew's LinkedIn page.
Profile. Oh, yes, my LinkedIn profile. And, of course, we're on the next day on all the different podcast platforms as well for you guys. So Apple Podcast, Spotify, the dog apparently too as well. all that fun stuff here. So like I said, we're always on there. We're on Monday, we're on Wednesday, we're on Thursday, we're on post game always as well. So before we get out of here, though, you know what we do have to do? Besides mock the fact that the Jet fans are still trying to talk. The Jet fan, the one Jet fan is still trying to talk trash. I'd say.
The only Jet fan that's
But before we do it, we still have to pay the bills.
Yeah.
Oh.
Enjoying the show? Looking for more goofball action? Consider a membership at buymeacoffee.com/2giantgoofballs. Memberships start at just $5 and give you additional goofball access. One-time support payments also available starting at just $3. buymeacoffee.com/2giantgoofballs.
Alrighty, guys. So again, we will see you guys again tomorrow night, minus the Jet fan probably, unless he wants to continue trying to talk trash tomorrow. Feel free, man. Again, your comments just help this get pushed out to more people, so we're all for it. The dog will be there. Adonis, the dog, will be there. He's ready to go.
He is super ready. He is.
All right, guys. So again, we will see you guys again tomorrow night. Appreciate you guys chiming in as always. We know you got plenty of options there where to go ahead and get your Giants news from. You chose these two goofballs, which makes us question a lot of things about you overall, but we still appreciate it.
What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? We love you.
Again, we'll see you guys tomorrow night. Appreciate it. As always, Giant fans. Go G-Man! Go G-Man! G-Man! G-Man!
Thanks for listening to Two Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. We appreciate your support. If you made it this long, you must have enjoyed it. So I am sure you have followed us on all the social media platforms. Of course, you have subscribed to the show on your favorite app as well and given us a top rating. Right? Right? Right?
Thank you to those who have signed up for our silver gold levels of membership at buymeacoffee.com/2giantgoofballs.